All right, well, we are back with our little gravel patch here. If you saw the other video where I was comparing this RM43 to the Roundup, trying to figure out if I could save some money, it worked quite well, but after about 1.5 years now, and I've let it grow because I wanted to have a nice healthy stand of gravel grass here for another video, because on the previous video there were a lot of questions on the concentration and the mix. Now this RM43 says to mix it 6 ounces to a gallon, and then you'd be using right at its rate. Well, before, when I was comparing it to the Roundup extended control, it's only 18% of the glyphosate. What I'm going to do, we showed in the other video that 2.5 ounces to a gallon of this RM43 kills it quite well. But does it kill it as good as using the full concentration of 6 ounces to a gallon like the directions say? So what I'm going to do is set up again in my pretty stand of gravel grass here. Got a line down the middle like we did before, and I'm going to do one side with it mixed to 6 ounces to a gallon like the directions say, and I'm going to do the other side with it mixed like 3 ounces to a gallon, so kind of half. That way we can see what's the difference in the mix of concentration. Do you actually need to go so high with your concentration like it says, or can you get away with using half like we saw before in the other video? So let's get set up, spray some grass, and see if we can kill our gravel grass once again. All right, so for this side over here, we're gonna mix, I got a gallon of water in here, and we're gonna mix what the directions say, 6 ounces of this stuff to a gallon of water. See, I got gloves on because they say that this stuff is bad for your eyes and bad for you. So let's get set up, get this stuff sprayed on this side. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot to do it. It probably used about a half gallon to do that area right there. And this is with the 6 ounces to a gallon. So now we're going to see what that does. I'm going to run around and spray the rest of this out on the other weeds and things around the house. Then we'll switch out and we'll mix this other to 3 ounces. Then we'll be able to see on the time lapse what goes on between the two concentrations. All right, so with the 6 ounce all sprayed, now we're going to switch over and we're going to put just 3 ounces in there. We're going to do down the other side of the line. And there we go. So about the same, about a half a gallon to do that little area. So now we can watch our time lapse and see if it makes a difference to double the concentration, or if I'm good with about 2.5 to 3 ounces per gallon of this RM43. Alright, so it's been about 10 or 11 days since we put our little study here of 6 ounces to a gallon of the RM43 on the right to 3 ounces to a gallon of the same RM43 over here on the left. So as we can see, if you were looking at the time lapse, at about 7 days or so, 8 days, the 6 ounces to a gallon, which by the way is what they recommend on the mixing instructions for brush and grass and stuff like that, it pretty much obliterated everything that it came in contact with, including the tough to kill clover. Now, over here on the 3 ounce, which I mix normally 2.5, 3 ounces to a gallon, you can see the little clover is still alive, and this is the white clover, but it's slowly dying. It's quite yellow now, and it's gonna die on out. But if you're wanting to get a bit quicker kill and pretty much kill everything, mix that stuff up 6 ounces to a gallon, and you're going to get rid of most everything that is growing. So we're not done yet though. That was our little time lapse of comparison, but what I did is I actually took the camera and I put it in the window over there. So what we're going to do is watch this area, because one of the other comments we had was, how long does this stuff last? Alright, so it's been about 2 months or so since we sprayed our gravel area with the RM43. And remember, we had 6 ounces to a gallon over here and 3 ounces to a gallon over here. So as you can see, it's still keeping the weeds away, but I was waiting to see how long it would take. So if we walk up here, we can see that right here we're starting to get a little bit of growth, and you can just barely see the black line there. So this is over on the 3 ounce side. So it is starting to come back a little bit quicker, but a lot of the reasons why I think it comes back, if we walk down through here, you can see, like right here, this is an area where the rainwater washes down through the gravel because it runs off from the street. And then the neighbor, as he's mowing, if he lets his grass get too high and it seeds, then he'll blow the seeds over here. So what's going to happen is, little by little, as the water runs down through here, it washes the chemicals off a lot faster than if it was just a dry area or just a, you know, a non-water running area. And also those little seeds get in here and they're going to collect up right here, which gives them something to grow on. So pretty soon it'll start sprouting back. But just note that if you wanted to compare 6 ounces to a gallon to 3 ounces to a gallon, they do about the same, but it looks like maybe the 6 ounce is going to last a little bit longer in keeping the weeds away. Well, alrighty. Hope that helps someone, and thanks for watching.